Well, well, well. We're in the quarterfinals.
Hmm?
That's the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching. How'd you find it? Bit better?
Well, I mean, obviously, anything's going to be better than the disappointment of the game before against Liverpool and losing a cup final. And
Indeed.
then, yeah, for us to go in to another cup game 3 days later, this time in the FA Cup, was a bit higgy, a bit nerve wracking. And obviously, a lot of players in our lineup had played quite a lot as well on the weekend.
A
So
lot, yeah.
worried about fatigue. Leeds are in really good form in the Championship. It was a recipe for disaster. Um,
Nearly was.
And it nearly was after they scored in the second minute, or
Seventh.
seventh minute, all right, straight
Something
away,
like
basically.
that. It's something like
Yeah,
that, basically,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely within the first 10 minutes, and
Yes.
yeah. So I was really worried that we were going to get battered,
I was shook.
but actually we did turn it around. But I don't know if it's because we were, I don't know, really good on the night. I don't think we really. Did you feel we were good on the night?
No.
Yeah,
I felt like we just had a little bit of luck come our way with the finishing, especially. If you look at both goals, they weren't easy to score. Sorry, not both goals, sorry. All three goals. They
yeah,
weren't easy to score. Maybe Gallagher's was the easiest out of the lot. But Mudryk, that was a fucking quality goal. And Jackson from that angle, I was very surprised by him because
yeah,
fuck me, most of his shots go to the moon.
yeah.
So I was pleasantly surprised, but I think luck was just, on our side for this one. Leeds not so lucky, but my God, what a team they've got!
Yeah, no, they were really up for it, weren't they? They were super quick and like they were pressing the hell out of us.
Yeah,
That the Joseph guy up front was a handful. I really like the look of Jaden Anthony as well. He put on
yeah,
both goals for Joseph. Yeah, no, they were nice, and you can see why they're doing so well in the championship
yeah,
at the moment. And yeah, it was like the worst kind of team really you want to come up against in coming off the loss that we had.
yeah. The only thing we had was, Leeds had to rotate because
Yeah,
they're pushing for a championship promotion, aren't they? So,
yeah.
they had to rotate. So I would guess that's a good thing.
Yeah,
We
and they didn't
maybe
have.
could have
They,
lost.
yeah, they didn't have their best striker ever, Crescenzio. Sorry, Somerville. Yeah, Somerville came on late in the last ten
Yeah, he
minutes,
did. Yeah, yeah.
and he's their best striker. And as you said, because they
Bamford,
had to rotate. So yeah, it was good. I mean,
or
really,
would it be
obviously.
Bamford? Sorry,
Sorry,
I was just thinking, would it be Bamford?
nah, it's Somerville. He's scoring their
All right,
most
okay,
most of their goals. Yeah.
all
Um,
right.
so yeah, obviously, we had to be saved from late by Conor Gallagher.
Yeah,
Which I thought was a great goal. I mean, to take it on the turn,
it was.
to
It
take
was
like
so
three
good.
touches on the turn and maintain balance and still have the wherewithal to finish like that was really good. And he's
Yeah,
in a bit of a hot streak of scoring form, which is kind of what we've
exactly.
been waiting for all this season. So happy to obviously to see him get the goal. But I think what felt strange about the game is that I wasn't really emotionally connected to it. I don't know if you
I
felt like that
wasn't.
too.
I wasn't. I think we're still dead from Sunday, honestly.
Mm,
Sunday just killed it all off. And then, to have a game 3 days later, you got people on there that don't really want to play football at the moment. Like,
yeah,
they're just as distraught as us, maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
But they also played 120 minutes in that
Hmm.
game as well. Enzo and Caicedo. And then you got I don't know what it is, but I don't like Sanchez at all now. Petrovic is my guy.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I
I've
was I was
just
just
lost
about to I was
all
just about to
faith in
bring
him.
Sanchez up.
Yeah.
I was just looking on FotMob now. He has the lowest rating out of any player. Um,
Wow.
joint lowest rating. Sorry, lowest player on blah, 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 lowest rating player on our team
Yeah.
with a 5.7. But he there's a keepers are strange, right? Obviously, like technique is really important. It's one of those
Yeah.
things. I guess if you're not a keeper, you probably don't recognize it. And I'm not a keeper, obviously, but
Yeah.
it's almost like it's its own sport in a way, isn't it? Like, the technique is obviously really key, and there are many aspects in which Sanchez's technique is actually okay. Normally, his positioning is all right,
Yeah.
and he's obviously great at taking a cross into the box because he's so tall and he's got long arms.
Yeah.
He's actually deceptively quick as well for his height, but
I feel
the
like he's so lackluster.
well,
Sorry.
the intangibles about goalkeeping,
Mm.
is like fear, respect,
Yeah.
Are you the keeper that a striker sees and thinks, "Oh, I'm going to struggle here"? I think
Yeah.
Allison has got that aura about him that when people go 1-on-1,
Yeah.
they know they're going to have to pull out a fantastic finish,
Allison, Edison.
and that makes people think.
Yeah.
And I don't think Sanchez has that because he's just like a bit of a laughing stock. Every
Yeah.
single game he plays, he produces 2 or 3 moments that
Where
are
you're shaky
like,
warrior.
what's he doing? Like giving the
Yeah.
ball away, firing a pass into somebody that can't, shouldn't receive it there.
Yeah.
Making things more difficult for the back line. And maybe it's a cliche, maybe it's not true, but I'd say it probably is. When you've got a keeper like that, your
Yeah.
back line's going to be more nervous as well because they
Of
can't trust
course.
him. So I really don't like the energy that he brings to our back line and our defence because we
No.
looked weird and shaky and strange all night.
We
And I
really
don't
did.
feel like we've looked that way with Petrovic in goal.
No, no. Petrovic took over, and we all thought, "Oh God, here we go." Second choice keeper. But my God, I think he's better than Sanchez.
Me too.
I really do. When he's got the ball, I feel so much more comfortable with him
Yeah, yeah,
in goal.
yeah.
Because some of the saves he's made is fucking outrageous. And Sanchez last night just looked so shaky. Obviously, this is the first game back after injury, but maybe stay injured, mate. maybe
Oh, poor
stay
bloke.
stay on the bench because we need to play Petrovic in the Premier League.
Definitely.
For the FA Cup, all right, give Sanchez a go. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I mean Petrovic just he's earned he's earned his dollar, he's earned his bread,
definitely, definitely.
and
He
he's
he's doesn't deserve to lose a spot to Sanchez, and if that
definitely
was the
not.
game for Sanchez to come back in and show I'm the guy,
Yeah,
well,
it
he's
would
fluffed
have
his chance.
exactly. He's fucked
He's
it
fluffed his
because
chance.
he fucked that first one, and it's I don't know what it is about him. And that second goal, I could have said that. I feel like I could have said that because you're not obviously we're not there in the moment, but my God, all he had to do was stick an arm out, and that he would have got it. So I'm not
Yeah,
too sure how to feel about him, but Shaky Warrior coming back to football. I think Petrovic is our guy going
yeah,
forward.
sure. Now let's transition to the midfield because I've been seeing quotes from newspaper articles about how Caicedo and Fernandes got shown up by Archie Gray. And I will say I was actually really impressed by Archie Gray. He's only 17 and he was hooping, to be fair,
He was
at
good.
points. He's a good player. He looks like he'll have a good career.
Yeah.
But I just don't see, apart from maybe both getting yellows, I thought they were all right. Like,
I thought Enzo was okay. I think
yeah.
Caicedo was lacking a lot, to be honest.
One thing that really gets me about Caicedo is that he gives away so many weird, cheap fouls, and
It's
I
so
think it's.
strange.
I think I've got Kante brain because I can't get Kante out of my head, and
Yeah,
for some reason, I'm used to that level, and
exactly.
that
Yeah,
and for our box to box midfielder or our more aggressive midfielder in Caicedo, who maybe matches Kante's profile more than Fernandes does.
yeah.
Yeah, he's just not. He's just nowhere near Kante's level, and that's hard to take considering, we overpaid about 45 million for him,
I
probably
think
more.
with Kante being in our team, it was a one of one experience. He was a one of
Yeah,
one player. You're not going to get anyone like him. He was fucking phenomenal,
yeah,
and we've got that expectation now. And we've
yeah,
bought this bloke from Brighton for 100 mil odd, and we're expecting him to be the next Kante. It's not going to happen.
no,
So I think we've just got to readjust our values. It's the same with the manager. Everybody's saying, get rid of Pochettino, but we're not owned by a Russian bloody oligarch anymore. We're owned by a fucking a shitty fucking American. So it's not gonna run the same. It's not. We're expecting fire everyone, buy everyone. It's not going to happen like that no more. It's
think about like the egos present. That they sack and hire another coach. What's that like? 5
exactly.
in a year or
Yeah,
5 in 2 years? Like that's so
yeah,
embarrassing. I mean, it already is embarrassing. Really, we
yeah,
are getting absolutely in the press. We're getting slated every single day.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just can't.
There's no praise, is there? There's no
No,
praise of Chelsea are through to the quarterfinal. Well done.
no, no,
There was none of
no. I
that. It
just
was
saw.
just
I
like
just saw
everything
articles.
was about Leeds.
I just saw articles that Gallagher had to come on to bail us out.
Yeah,
Archie Gray dominated the midfield. Chelsea looking like they're out of ideas. I just think, yeah, that it's so. You'd have thought that
You
thing
can
would have
see it.
calmed down because, like, I
Yeah,
get it with teams that are doing really well and are the best. You put a big target on your back, don't you? But
yeah.
we're not good, bruv. You know what I mean? We're bad.
And
So I don't know
we
why people
haven't
are
been for a couple
making up
years.
stories like we're sick, like, and
Yeah,
that
we haven't been good for a couple of years, and it feels like the media is still fucking, reloading bullets and still firing at us for some reason. And again, I don't know about you, but the commentary yesterday just felt so one-sided towards Leeds, and even before the game, the pundits, it was just all about how shit we were. And
yeah,
that
I
was
know.
like, oh,
Yeah,
they
we're
spent a
in.
billion. Can we just get this billion? Like, I'm sick of the word.
Yeah, I know. I mean, again, though, but ownership put a target on our back, but
Yeah,
they brought this on themselves. Um, it's a bit mad. Next player, then, if we're talking about a billion, one of the players that a lot of that money went on, Mihailo Misha
yeah.
Mudryk.
What a
What were
game.
you impressed by his performance?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought it was fucking class. I thought, you know what, this is what I've been wanting to see. He looks so fluid, and he could run anywhere he wants. He was in number 10 position, and yes, okay, we've whittled him down to being a pace merchant. Let's be honest. We've thrown him on a wing and went, right, you're fast, you do fast stuff, right? Whereas really, some of the passing I've seen and the goal is very fucking technical.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
No.
him
Definitely. Yeah.
being a 10, you
Yeah.
can run him behind really quick as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. No. I definitely agree. Like he's got. I do struggle with him because
Yes, same.
he
Everyone does.
he has actually got good. He's got good close control.
Yeah,
He can pull out a really nice dribble. He's got really he's again, I bring him up all the time, but Seb C on Twitter, he is a true creative player because creativity is basically doing things that other players don't expect people to do.
exactly.
And Mihailo often pulls out a pass that maybe nobody else would make
But
because that's kind of
I'll give you
in
one
his spirit.
example.
Yeah,
That bloody that pass to oh my god, what's his name? I'll write back.
Gusto.
Thank you. First, I was thinking Gastro. So, his pass to Gusto on the right, and it was like it was such a weird, like he's hit it, but then
Mm.
and went the other way. It was so, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
inch perfect.
there were little flashes of something in his performance that
Yeah,
definitely was quite exciting. And it seems maybe that is a position that makes more sense of him because
yeah.
I think he can't figure out his positioning on the wing.
No,
He doesn't time his runs properly. He can't hold up the ball against a right back that's going to press him to death. But in that little position where he can use his close
a bit
control
more
and just
freedom.
a bit more freedom and make that pass. I dare to say that he'd probably better suited to that position than Palmer is. To be honest, I always find Palmer.
I
I find Palmer underrating in that centre attack,
I,
underwhelming in that
I would
position.
agree. I would
Yeah,
agree. And I don't know if you noticed, but as soon as we put him on the left wing, further into the game, I think when Palmer came on,
yeah,
or Gallagher and Palmer came on, when we put him on the left wing, what happened? He fucking disappeared.
yeah. Yeah,
Disappeared because
he's an
he's like
interesting
locked in.
case. Yeah, he's an
So
interesting case. We'll have to keep our eye on it. I mean, hey, look, all I want to see players who play for Chelsea play well, right?
yeah,
I'll call him a good player when he does this. He has 5 of these games in a row. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Or even 3. I mean,
That's if he
our
gets played though.
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, people get played if they deserve to get played. Frankly, with most of his performances this season, he's not done
Yeah.
anything that's impressed me.
No.
There were flashes in that performance last night in that position that I thought, all right, if that's the
Yeah.
kind of position where it makes sense because Nkunku's out again,
Yeah.
let's run it back. Let's try it. Let's
Mate.
let's see
Brentford.
Mudryk, Sterling, Jackson, and
Yeah.
Palmer next time.
Brentford on Saturday.
Yeah,
Fucking stick him at number 10
yeah, good
because
opportunity.
it would be such a good opportunity against Brentford as well. We're away at Brentford on Saturday. 3 o'clock
They're
kickoff,
not in
by the
good
way.
form. They're
They're not in
shocking.
good form. So I want to see that. I want to see Mudryk, number 10. I don't want to see him on the wing anymore. You know who was good on left wing?
Who?
Jackson.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? I know.
So swap them.
Yeah.
Jackson on left wing, and then Mudryk in the middle, and then maybe shove Palmer up top.
Oh, I don't know. I don't really like Palmer up top. I think he's too slight. I think centre backs just munch him up. Jackson, what good thing about Jackson? He's such a
He's a
handful.
hold-up player, but
Yeah, and he's got good hold up, and he's so he's a bit of a bastard. Where I don't think
oh
Palmer's a
mate, yeah,
bastard,
he is, yeah.
and I like a bastard up front. So
Yeah. Talking of bastards, did you see
yeah,
that big bloody bloke that we gave, that we brought on from the youth squad?
Jimmy. I can't say his
I
name
can't
properly.
say
He's
his name.
Finnish. He's Finnish.
Yeah, him.
I mean, fair play to him. 19, he gets his first appearance for Chelsea. He didn't do
Yeah.
anything, obviously, but always good though to see players like that come on. And,
I saw someone on Twitter saying, when you're in need of a big tall bastard, he's a big tall bastard.
yeah,
Like,
good. In other news, I don't know if you've seen this. A Leeds fan fell off one of the stands. I don't know. Have you seen that video?
No.
Oh, you need to look for that. When they scored one of their goals, I think he's all right. I haven't seen reports that he's seriously injured, but
Holy shit.
yeah, fell off one of the higher stands down into one of the lower stands. It's a bit mental, but look for that if
Holy
you're interested,
shit.
I guess. So okay, verdict then. We weren't really that good. It's maybe feels like writing's on the wall a bit. We can't really produce a good performance to save our lives. And every time Pochettino does a press interview, he says something that is like,
Yeah.
"Bruv, what are you going on about?"
Yeah.
Does it feel like performances like this doesn't really make a difference to the mood? Doesn't feel like it, does it? No.
I don't think so. I think getting through to the quarterfinal, I think everybody sees it as it's just Leeds, but Leeds are a fucking good side.
Yeah.
So really, we should really be proud of it. But it wasn't a good performance to be proud of it. It was 3-2 and it was a struggle.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if we battered them 3-0, okay, be proud of it. You could be a little bit happier. But at the end of the day, we've just lost the final to a shitty ass team that comes out with shitty ass opinions. And then you got Leeds as well, who rotated nonetheless. I mean, if Summerfield started, fuck me.
Yeah, I know. They still gave us a good game, didn't they? I mean,
Exactly.
again, Charity FC, those were Matteo Joseph's
It was,
first goals for Leeds. So, that's just what we do. But,
Yeah, you're
okay,
welcome.
so, yeah, exactly. Okay, so Brentford next in the Premier League. What do you reckon? Do we feel good about it?
You didn't tell me how you felt about that game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. Just as I said, I wasn't too invested.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be, and performance was so. I'm happy that the players who scored. It's good for them. Good for Jackson to score again. Good for Mudryk to get a goal. Good for Gallagher to come on and prove that he is one of the better players in the squad.
Exactly.
People
People still doubting him.
I know it's so annoying.
Fucking
but
nuts.
then there are other players who didn't have good games, and I don't know. I just go into every game kind of fearing that I'm going to be wasting 2 hours and watching a crap game or crap performance, and I don't even care if we lose if we put in a good shift. Like we weren't really reliable under Lampard, but number one, a lot of those players were from the academy, and I had a real connection to them. And number two,
I felt so connected.
Yeah, and number two, we had some really good games, and they put in a shift, and they were good players. So yeah, it's a very strange time to be a Chelsea fan. We don't actually have that much long left of the season now, really, a couple months. So this really is the kind of the end game, as it were. And we have got to pull something out the bag to rescue the season, because it's even fifth round FA Cup games feel like whatever, and that shouldn't be the case.
That shouldn't be the case at all. No. So Brentford on Saturday. I can't even say that we're going to win. I don't know. I hope we do, obviously, but I actually don't know, because this team, it's only another 3 days rest from another game. Are we going to play Casado? Are we going to play Enzo? It's a lot of games for these apparently weaklings. So we'll see, We'll see.
I've got a bad feeling Ivan Toney is going to dunk on us.
Oh, I forgot about that bastard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If we get Sanchez in goal, it's game over, I think. And I really need to see that Disassi and Colwill, link up in the middle. I need that in my life. So that's all for now, for today, I guess. Look forward to Saturday. Have a good Friday tomorrow, and that's it, really. Please like, subscribe, and all that stuff. And as
up
always,
the Roddy Chels.
Up the Chels.
I jumped the gun there. I do apologise.